Scandalous, absolutely scandalous at Ewood Park. Referee cost us that one, 4-2 defeat in the FA Cup after extra time, folks. So yes, we crash out at the pretty much the first attempt, FA Cup. So yeah. But we were probably the better side. I think we were the better side, losing ultimately 4-2 after 120 minutes of action. The game exploded into life for Newcastle anyway, scoring within the first minute. Youngster Longstaff giving the Toon the lead. Then they actually extended their lead deep into the well, midway through the second half, I guess. Another youngster, Roberts, good goal, a goal that we see quite often against us, Blackburn Rovers, where the attackers break away down the wings and they cut it across the face of goal, and it ends up being a simple tap in. So 2-0, and it looked over. It looked over for Rovers, but we dug deep. We dug deep. Ex-Newcastle player Adam Armstrong got us back into it with a beautiful sort of counter-attacking football by Rovers. Ultimately, nutmegging Woodrow. Or Woodman, sorry, between the sticks. That made it 2-1, and then right at the very last play of the first half, ended up corner, big Darragh Lenihan banging in the goal with his big old nugget. So that made it 2-2, and then it was game on. Second half came, and we were the better side. I'm going a little bit undercover. As you can see, it is snowy in Pennsylvania. So yeah, second half came and went, and we were the better side. Completely controlled the game, looked for a winner ourselves. Bradley Dack coming on as well. As Mowbray started ringing in the changes, Rothwell, I think, was ultimately the final substitution, but not all Dack and Joe Rothwell coming on. Dack did have probably the golden opportunity to win it for Rovers, but his effort, which was a beautiful team play. It was Graham with the lobbing effort, Conway with a nice softed header in the path of Dack, and ultimately he put that wide. So yeah, into injury time we came, and the first half of the injury time, extra time, sorry, it was just a big hodgepodge of nothingness. So nothing to get too excited about. But then second half, Newcastle got that very, very lucky third goal, which was, I think it was Hosalu with the goal, which was clearly offside. And I think, looking back, actually, I saw the referee, I think it was maybe it was prior to half-time and extra time, I saw the referee. He was like talking to his buddy on his old intercom system. He was saying offside. I heard the word offside coming out of his mouth. I did my old best lip reading skills, and I heard him say offside. So I thought maybe he might sort of level the playing field a little bit. Maybe give us a rub of the green our way to counteract his officiating error, or him and his buddies' errors. You know, him and the linesman who should really. If you make howling, I know that is your job. You're there to officiate the game, to spot these errors. I don't know what the linesmen were looking at, if they were looking in the crowd or they're thinking about their pie back in the changing rooms or whatever. I don't know what they're thinking about, but it clearly wasn't looking at the flipping ball where it was, the placement of the ball. Anyway, I'm not gonna jabber on about that. We'll probably talk more about that in the old detail review. But yeah, so they got the lucky third, and then obviously Rovers are going to press to try and equalise. And then Azoze Perez, obviously one of the better players for Newcastle, who came on at some point, scored the fourth, and that was pretty much done and dusted. After that, yeah, Newcastle were in party mode. The fans have got much chipper spirits, and they're all happy now because they got a nice fifth round tie to get eliminated by Watford later on. Anyway, so yeah, I had a feeling prior to the game that we were gonna get unstuck against Newcastle, but when we pulled it back at 2-2, I thought maybe, just maybe, we were going to upset the apple cart and get through to the fifth round ourselves. But unfortunately, that's not the case. I don't have no regrets or no angst towards Newcastle usually, but they look a mess. I think Rafa, I know he's obviously a much loved coach, but obviously they've got a lot of shit going on wrong behind the scenes at Newcastle, and I obviously I don't want them to get relegated. I want Burnley to go down, but it looks like it's a bit of a big old struggle unless something dramatic happens over the next couple of weeks. If they do strengthen their squad, they could be doomed, and we will probably more than likely be playing them again twice next season back in the league. So I don't see us going up, and I don't see them at this moment sticking around. But that's not. I'm not bitter that much. Yeah. Anyway, a little bit later on, we will have a detailed review of this match. We'll take a look at the old heat maps, possibly. I think the last time out, who scored didn't have any heat maps for the old FA Cup. So I'll have a look around, see what we got. We'll hear from Mowbray and all that kind of good stuff. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, smash the thumbs up. If you do, smash the subscribe. We go again. Ipswich is more important. We've got to get more 3 points on the board and close in on those coveted top 6 spots in the old playoffs. Until then, see you later. Ciao for now. Thanks again for watching. Please like, share, and most importantly, hit the subscribe button to keep you bang up to date with all things Blackburn Rovers related, Championship related, football related. We've got it all covered right under one roof. And while I still have you, please be sure to check out some of the old videos scattered along here. I hope.